A person asks me, how do I begin to forgive my father for abandoning me as a child? And I tell them the shortest line to forgiveness, the most direct route to forgiveness is empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is being able to feel what a person is feeling, what they may have felt, putting yourself in that person's shoes, not just in your mind, but really feeling it in your body, in your emotional body, in your physical body, the pain that they've gone through. So let's use myself for an example. All right, part of my my part of my situation and the way I am and the kind of person I am is a lot of that has been built as my childhood experience with my mother, who was, like I said before in other videos, who was very physically abusive to me. So how does a person begin to heal that pain that they felt from their parent? Well, it's forgiveness. Well, how do you forgive? Well, I'll tell you how I did it. I remember one day listening to my mom talk about her childhood. My mom was abused, physically, sexually as a child. And so one day she was saying, yeah, I was 5 years old when I got abused, sexually abused. 5? Wait, 5 years old? What, wow, when she told me that, I heard it, but she told me one day I was laying down in bed and just letting my mind wander in that realm, in that way. How does a 5-year-old girl, little girl, manage the pain of sexual assault? What does that do to her? How does a 5-year-old handle that? I am over 40 and can't really touch where that pain is at, where that pain could be. Being assaulted, no one to protect you, to stop the pain, no one to hug you afterwards and try to comfort you. The anger that must come up, all these things, my mind, I was able to wander at my mind, just get a sense, a feel of how the kind of pain and anguish a 5-year-old girl had to deal with from a grown man. And now I can slightly understand. I can understand more. Wow, that's why she did those things to me. She was a frightened little girl. Lots of physical pain and emotional turmoil with no one to talk to, scared, living in fear her whole entire childhood. This person could come back and do this again to her. I had a few beatings, a few beatings. So what? You see, once you take your mind into the psyche of the person who perpetrated this physical harm on you, once you're able to feel some of their pain, now you can empathize with where they're coming from. I can understand now better why you did this to me as a child. Because look at the pain that you've gone through at a much younger age than myself with far more vigorous pain. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Once you're able to feel intrinsically, I use that word a lot, intrinsic, once you can feel a person's pain, it's much easier to forgive them. Take the time to delve into the life of the person who caused you this pain. You know, a lot of times it's a person, not usually it's an event, it's a person that causes pain in our childhood, this discomfort. You know, our father wasn't there, our father was an alcoholic. What did he endure as a child? You know, why is he an alcoholic? What happened? What is he drowning his sorrows with this alcohol? For what reason? Try to step into that pain that they've experienced as a child. And that, once you can get there, once you get your mind there into their pain, it wipes yours away because you realize their pain is far more greater. They've experienced far more greater pain and displeasure and discomfort. And they perpetrated that upon you in a way to help them to heal and take your mind there. Empathy is the key to forgiveness.